Hey everyone, it is the dude. Yeah, we're going to go back and check out some more golden legendary cards. We're going to look at the neutrals today. Going to finish off the video here. And probably half of my collection here, Golden Legends, are in the neutral category. So let's take a peek. Start off here with the one and only Patches the Pirate. I crafted this one way back, Mean Streets of Gadgetstan, when pirates first started to become a thing. Um, It was a little bit better. They nerfed the card since, but people still play patches. So patches are pretty sick. Pretty good graphics there, James. Ryman. I like it. Shifter Azaris. Transform into a random minion. You know, this card seems very sketchy, but it's actually a pretty good card. It usually actually gives you what you need for that turn. Um, it's not going to go crazy and give you, something that's ridiculous. But it definitely gets you something that you need for that turn. At least that's what I've found. But usually I don't have a slot for this, but it is a pretty good little card. Sir Finley is in the Murloc deck, of course. Great looking legendary. And who cannot like to play the Murlocs? If you don't play the Murlocs, I don't know, you're missing the boat there. The Murlocs are fun to play. They're a little annoying, I know. And it's funny that I'll play the Murlocs, but I won't play the Pirates. It's almost a similar thing, but the Murlocs just don't seem to be as greedy as the Pirates, I guess. But I do like the Murlocs. Sphere of Sapience. Start of your turn, look at the top card. You can put it at the bottom and lose one durability. So this is a good card. I like it. It's always hard to find a slot, though, for it. But I do think it's a really good card. Blood Mage Thalnos from the old school Legacy collection. Crafted this one early on. One of my earliest crafts. So it's been with me for forever, and it's a good looking card. I like it. Lore Walker Cho. Who plays the Cho show? I don't know the streamer's name off the top of my head, but he plays the Cho show. He's funny to watch, though, I must say. I do like his streams. I can't think of his name, though. But it's a cool card. Gotta have it. I just usually play a lot of spells in my deck, so I don't like giving my opponent my spells. So sometimes the Cho show will go against me. Um, but it's a cool card. Good to have. Millhouse Mana Storm. Enemy spells cost 0 next turn. A little sketchy. It gives you good stats, at 4/4, but I don't think you want your enemy to have spells at 0 the next turn. So it's not a card I play anymore. I used to play it back in the day, but I don't play it anymore. This was another one I crafted early on. Nat Pagel. I mean, this thing's old as you can get. So I'm an early beta tester for this game, and I've been playing it since 2013. So 9 years now, almost 10. And Nat Pagel was one of the first. Not worthy today. Nat the Dark Fisher. Not worthy. I'm not about giving my opponent a 50% chance to draw an extra card. I like the stats, but no, we're going to pass on you these days. Prince Keliseth. I do play this every now and again. If your deck has no 2-cost cards, give all minions in your deck 1/1. Usually you need a 2-cost card, so he doesn't really come into play anymore. Morgriffer? Morgriffer? I don't know. Whenever you draw a card, transform it into a random legendary minion. I guess if you're playing a draw deck. But it's still random. Zephyrus the Great. He is the greatest, and the card's pretty sick. Play this in a ton of decks because I'm a big Reno freak. And Reno equals Zeph. Zephyrus the Great. This is a great card. All of the dream cards are super good. It's just a little too late. Like by the time he's actually ready to go, the game's already passed you by. So he doesn't see the light of day anymore, but did play him for a bit when that came out and Forged to the Barons. Auction Master Beardo. After you cast a spell, refresh your hero power. Not really. Not really. Sick looking card though. But got him way back when. Mean Streets of Gadgetstan. See here on page 3, Brawn Bronzebeard, of course. Battle Cries trigger twice. I'm a big fan of that. I built so many decks with this card in it back in the day. It's not even funny, so I had to craft that gold, and I like the little mine cart there cruising behind him in the card as the art goes on. It's pretty cool. Brightwing. That's okay. It's okay. Some people play it. It's okay. Fajola. Lightbane. Kind of cool. Mancrick. A lot of people play the Mancrick, especially Forged in the Barrens. They played it, but you don't see the Mancrick too often anymore, but you still see him every now and again. Morose. Summon a 1/1 Steward. Yeah, this thing's old as heck. One Night in Karazhan. Super old. Used to play it. Prince Taldaram. If your deck has no 3, so kind of the same thing as that 2-cost card. Don't really play that. Destroy all other friendly minions. Death Rattle, resummon them with 1/1. That's kind of cool. You know, if you're able to get your minions down in health and then all of a sudden resummon them. Zola the Gorgon. This is kind of tricky. Sometimes you'll play this in like a Reno deck to just get infinite Renos. Not infinite, but get an extra Reno and just keep cruising on your health and not have to worry too much. That's kind of fun to do. Archmage Vargoth for the priest, big priest in particular. I think I've seen it played with Mage too, but mainly the big priest. Good graphics. Arphis for the graphics. I love the stick that he's holding is actually a hand. I think that's pretty funny. The Death Knight cards are awesome. The only bad part about this card is the stats at 2/2. It's just horrible for a 4 mana cost card. So Arphis, unfortunately, puppy, you don't see the light of day anymore. Oh yeah, see, just getting better. Just getting better. At least Star Seeker's a sick looking card. One of my favorites. There's the golden monkey in there. Just really cool. Back from League of Explorers. I think that was one of my favorite expansions, League of Explorers. Pretty long ago. But really sick card. I like it. This one's good. Frizz Kindle Roost. Played this in the Chamois deck, I believe it is. Reduce the cost of dragons in your deck by 2. That's good. Yeah, pretty sick. Good looking card too. Genzo the Shark. I don't play him anymore. I used to play Genzo the Shark when I was playing those all legendary decks, and I just needed some good cards in the 4 slot. So this was one. Hardly ever could get it to pop, which is whenever this attacks, both players draw until they have 3 cards. But I like it. The graphics are good. Gormock the Impaler. If you have at least 4 other minions, deal 4 damage. Again, same thing. I needed a 4 slot card for the all legend decks, and normally the battle cry wouldn't trigger. Harbinger Celestia. Stealth. After your opponent plays a minion, become a copy of it. Not a good card. Not a good card. I did not craft this. I got this in a pack. Not a good card. No, not a good card. Kazakus Golem Shaper. I tried using this Kazakus versus the other Kazakus, and I found it to be not so good. So I really liked the other Kazakus better, so that's the one I always use. Lore Keeper Polkelt. Reorder your deck. You still see this played a lot. And I did craft this for a couple different decks. I knew I would use it. I knew I would use it in the future, so that was worthy of a craft. Summon 3/1. Yeah, I don't like this card. It is a 12/12 at 4. But you have to destroy the 1/3 enemy wardens. But I guess it's not really too hard to do. You would have to build a deck, to be able to slam those real quick. So I think it's worthy, but I don't think I crafted that one. Choose a minion, it goes dormant for 2 turns. That's not bad. It's not great. Oh, you gotta have Murkai, right? You gotta have Murkai. Why wouldn't you not have Murkai? If you're playing Murlocs, you gotta have Murkai. And it's a good looking card. I like the other Murloc there coming out of the ocean. So, good stuff. And let's cruise on here. We've got Skye, General Craig. Always good to play him. You get the 4-2 parrot with Rush. Good to throw in a pirate deck if you want, just for the charge factor. Excuse me, Rush factor and the taunt to slow your opponent down just a little bit. Spirit Slinger Umbra. After you summon a minion, trigger its death rattle effect. That's fun to play. It's a little gimmicky, but it's, you know, you can have some fun with it. Played it a lot back in Journey to Ungoro days. The Darkness. I used to play this a ton. Starts dormant, shuffle 3 candles into the enemy deck. When drawn, this awakens for a 20/20. That's kind of cool. It's totally gimmicky as all heck, but I think it's pretty funny. The Borax. Don't play the Vorax. Got that in a pack. The Weaponized Pinata. I thought this would be good, but no, it's actually not so good. It's not so good. You got to do whiz-bang. So if you're a person that just likes golden cards but just don't have the dust or the cash, the resources to make all golden decks, you got to love whiz-bang. You got to buy whiz-bang, get the dust, craft him golden for 3,200 dust, and then your whole pack will be golden every time you play. So if you're a guy that wants to play some golden packs, and the whiz-bangs change their packs every time a new release comes out, expansion. So at least that's what they were doing. I assume that's still what they're doing, and they used to be pretty good. I don't play them because I can build my own all golden decks, but I had to craft it to kind of see how the decks work and do I like them. And they used to be pretty competitive. I mean, they weren't ranked worthy, but you could have some fun with them on casual. Alar. Nah, so-so. You can buff it and do things to it, but it's kind of so-so. You got to get Barista Lynching, though. It's such a greedy card. Add a copy of each of your other Battlecry minions to your hand. It's so good when you're in the greed mode. You can't play it anymore because it's a little bit too greedy. But man, I used to play the hell out of this. And just bring back your goodies right into your hand. You can play them again. Battlecry cards are so good. So a way to be able to grab your Battlecry cards back is pretty sick. Barnes, situational, but still fun to play. Summon a 1/1 copy of a random minion. We like that. We got Captain Greenskin for you pirate freaks. Give your weapon 1/1. It's not a great battle cry, but you can play him every now and again in a pirate deck. This is another sick looking card. I just really like Elise there. The graphics on her I think look really good. Luke Mancini. Well done. Shuffle a sealed Ungoro pack into your deck. Some people will double battlecry this and shuffle in 2. So that's good. You get the Fwagon. And if you have the Fwagon, you have the Stalag. Death Rattle of Stalag. Also dies this game, you get to summon the Golden Thaddeus. So that's really fun. I used to play the hell out of this. I put this in my Big Priest deck back in the day. And I would just get Thaddeus after Thaddeus after Thaddeus. Finja the Flying Star. A Murloc that's decent. It's decent. It's decent because you get to summon the 2 Murlocs from your deck whenever this attacks. So it's pretty decent. And it's stealth. So it's usually ready to attack. You got to have Harrison Jones here. Harrison Ford. Indiana Jones. I do like the play on words here. It's pretty good. Destroy your opponent's weapon and draw cards equal to its durability. Headmaster Akel'Thuzad. If the spell destroys any minions, summon them. I don't play the card, but I assume you're going to summon them for yourself, right? Right? That really makes sense. And then we got Hemet. Hemet. Don't say Hemet. Destroy a beast. What else do we got here? Oh, yes. You got to have Leroy Jenkins. At least he has Angry Chicken. Sick looking card. Had to craft it. It's still a great charge card. Some people still play Leroy to this day. Here's the Loatheb, the golden version versus the diamond version I showed you in the other video. I really like the golden version better. I just think it's pretty sick. He's the Mushroom Man. Evidently he is the guy that you get your psychedelics from, as I'm assuming. Mimiron's head, you just had to do it for the Voltron Golden. It just had to. It was painful to craft this for 3,200 deaths, but I had to. Speaking of 3,200 deaths, as I said, I have over 300 cards. I think I said 304. And if you times that by 3,200, which is what each one costs, we're talking almost a million in dust just for the golden legendaries that I have, not to mention the other cards that I have that are golden. So I've spent a little bit of time, a little bit of money on this collection. I used to play Nexus Champion Sarad a lot. You can only play him on turn 7 where you can do the Inspire, add a random spell to your hand. Prince Malcazar I still play a lot of to give me 5 extra legendary minions. The only problem is sometimes you get legendary minions that just suck, and that's where you can go wrong. But I do like to try and expand a deck every now and again and throw that in there. Here's the other part of the Fuegen show, Stalag. Both are good looking cards. I'm assuming Danny created both of those cards, the look. We've got Zilliax, of course, staple. Tons of people play Zilliax. All the way back from the Booms day. Good looker. And Cairney Bloodhoof and Bane Bloodhoof is also golden. They look kind of similar. But crafted this one, as you can see, it's a legacy card. I crafted this one a long time ago. Emperor Thorasan, everybody plays it. I love the headband there. It looks like a kamikaze headband, I'm guessing. But insta removal, you must remove this card, so your opponent, it is a target that must be removed immediately. And then we got Gen Greymane playing the Gen Warlock deck right now. I really like to have my hero power cost 1 on a Warlock deck. It's just so good. Just draw. And I like it. Hemet, Jungle Hunter. Destroy all cards in your deck that cost 3 or less. So this is meant to. I love the I love the hat there, dude. It's a pretty good looking card. What is that in the background? Is that a dinosaur? It is a dinosaur in the background. I love it. So yeah, that's played for that one deck where you're trying to get rid of all your cards and then you throw down the one card that kills your opponent if your hand and deck are empty. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. I used to play the hell out of Hogger. Just the hell out of it. Super annoying. Again, target must be removed. Otherwise, it's just going to keep summoning those 2/2 nulls with taunt. Justicar Trueheart used to be a thing where you want to get a better hero power. It's still kind of a thing. I see Paladin plays it every now and again. So it's kind of good. Kronk's Dragon Hoof. It's for the Galakron decks. If you've already played Galakron, Unleash a Devastation. Or you get to draw your Galakron, so you're automatically guaranteed to have your Galakron. So we like that. Lady Prestor. No, not a big fan of this one. Not a big fan of that one. You could play it, but I don't know. Mugor the Ogre is fun. I like that it has a 50% chance to attack the wrong enemy. It's just a fun card to play. And it's all minions. So that's good. You've got Mr. Smite in here. So that's good. I like it. I do. Little pirate action. Your pirates have charge. So that's good. Good way to get your pirates to go face. Reno Jackson, of course. Super sick. You gotta like it. You do. I play him in so many decks. I'm a big Reno freak. I think it's good. A lot of decks nowadays, though, even if you have Reno, they can still just jam you up so quick that Reno, it doesn't matter if you pull Reno or not, you're still going to die. But I still like to play him. Sylvanas, one of the best looking cards of the bunch, for sure. I've always liked this card. Crafted it Legacy, crafted it way back in the day. Gotta love the outfit, gotta love the look. Just dig it. The Beast, don't play it. Thought it would be good. Not so much. Not so much. The Black Knight I used to play a ton of. Goes right through the taunt, but it's too situational now, so don't play the Black Knight anymore. Skeleton Knight, no good, no good, no good. No good. And the stats are pretty horrible. Raytheon, taunt, battlecry, draw cards until you draw one that isn't a dragon. After you play a card, summon a 2/1 satyr. Not so good. Place your hand with a copy of your opponent's. Don't think so. Don't think that's working. Baron Geddon's actually not bad. I didn't think this would be a good card, so I didn't craft it, but I did craft it a few years back. At the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to all other characters. We kind of like that. Oh, Chef Nomi. I like it. If your deck is empty, summon 6/6 Grease Fire Elementals. That's a good little end of the game fun. If you just need one last pump to get you through. Countess Ashmore. Draw a Rush, Lifesteal, and Death Rattle card from your deck. Dr. Boom and his Boomer Bots. The Boomer Bots are all golden, so you gotta like that. Bots may explode. Yes, I love the warning label there. Marvel at his might. Yeah, it's a great looking card. Definitely worthy of crafting. Hogger Doom of Elwyn. It's a good card. Decent stats. Not bad. And anytime it takes damage, you get a little 2/2 Null with Taunt. Mutanus the Devourer. Eat a minion in your opponent's hand and gain its stat. Just a really good card. People play the shit out of this. Great card to try and, grab your opponent's one card that you know he has to have to complete a combo and just jank him. Just get him all jankety. It's good stuff. Rend Blackhand, very situational because you have to destroy a legendary minion. So that's a big no. Psymat used to be good. Gain 2 of Rush, Taunt, Divine Shield, or Wind Fury as your battle cry. Trogzor the Earthinator. Oh man, I used to have so much fun with this deck playing against, mage decks or anything that does a ton of spells. You're going to summon a burly Rockjaw Trog. That's pretty fun. Twin Emperor Veclor. That was for Whispers of the Old Gods. It helps your Cthulhu. I used to have a bunch of fun with the Cthulhu decks back in the day. So that was a must craft. We got Crow Magus. Whenever you draw a card, put another copy into your hand. It's very good when you have a card draw deck, but usually at turn 8 it's way too late to play that kind of shenanigans anymore. The Undertaker is good. The person I let play my account, I let this other guy play my account, and he likes the Undertaker. He's been trying and trying and trying to make the Undertaker work, and he's actually had pretty good success with it lately, but it's not a deck that I like to play, so that's why I haven't showed you guys. But he digs it, and he gets it to snap. He likes to build funny stuff like me, so that's good. Foe Reaper 4000 also damages the minions next to whomever it attacks. That's good. We got the Gruul. If you got the Gruul, you got to play the Gruul Golden. You do. You just got to play it. The end of each turn, gain 1/1. It just lives for forever, usually. Usually you got to take care of that pretty quick. Kazakhstan. If all minions in your deck are dragons, craft a custom deck of treasures. I have not played this, but it's there. I should play it. I don't know why I haven't, but I have not built a deck around this. I need to build a dragon deck now that I see this. Kel'Thuzad is sick. It's just so twisted. I'm surprised it's not Legacy. It's Naxxramas. You could almost call that Legacy. I like the chain in the background. Killer looking card. Very worthy of crafting. Octasari. Death Rattle, draw 8 cards. I used to play this in my Astral deck, so that when it dies, I get a full hand of huge cards. I should actually put that back in my Astral deck, but I just don't think I have room. Plus I put a bunch of taunts in my Astral deck now to try and stay alive. You got Rags. Here's the golden version versus the diamond version. I kind of like the golden version better than the diamond, which is kind of lame. The diamond should be that much better than the golden, but they did such a great job with the golden. I don't think you can beat it. Sneeds, the old shredder. I like it. Little dude up top's having a good time. Summon a random legendary minion when he's dead. The Boogie Monster. Not really going to work in today's world. You got the Lich King, though, and the Death Knights are hella good. I like the Death Knights. And the Lich King's just an awesome looking card. You had to craft it if you could, and I did. And I like it. I do. You got Ali Straza. It's always fun to do this in reverse and set your opponent's health to 15 if you can. I'm a big fan of that, if you can get away with it. Archthief Rafam is in my Astral deck. Excuse me. Alex crafted this one, or made this one, so it's a great looking card. Alex does really good work in making these golden legend cards. We got Baku. If you got Gen, you got to have Baku. If you play both sides of the fence here. Only odd cost cards. Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. A lot of people still play this. Add 2 other random dragons to your hand. They cost 0. So it's a really good way to get some big dragons. Usually they give you some big dragons for 0 mana. So that's fun. You got to have Malygos, because so many people play Malygos for different reasons. Different decks. He's a legacy. Crafted him a long time ago. You got to have Mayor Noggenfogger. I thought I'd never craft this card until I saw somebody play Big Priest with it, and I was like, oh, I got to craft that thing. I used to think it was the worst card in Hearthstone, but after I saw Big Priest play it, I was like, oh yeah, I got to have it. And he's just funny. He's funny. He is funny. Mech Engineer Thermoplug. Old school. Goblins versus Gnomes. Summon a Leper Gnome whenever an enemy minion dies. Don't really play that anymore. You got Nefarian. It's a great card if you can find room for it, but just a little hard to play these days. You've got Nozdormu. Legacy card. 15 seconds to take your turn. That's fun. N'Zoth, God of the Deep, is in my Warlock deck as we speak. Resurrect a friendly minion of each minion type. Big fan. I like the eyes there. We're getting closer to the end here. We've got Onyxia. Cool graphics. I like it. Sagoth the Slitherer. It's a taunt. Can only be targeted by spells or hero. Can't be targeted by spells or hero power. So that's cool. You must run a minion into that to kill it. Ysera, of course, you got to have that. Legacy. Oh, we're getting near the end here. We got Colossus of the Moon. Yes, there will be some more Colossus in my deck come Tuesday, because I will be crafting some of those Colossus for sure. All golden, if I don't get lucky enough to get them in the packs. I like the moon in the background there. It's pretty cool. Cthulhu. It's a great looking card with all of its eyeballs. We like that guy. We got Cthulhu the Shattered. Again, the eyeballs. It's all about Cthulhu. I play this in my Warlock deck. Deathwing. Play that in my Astral deck. Old school. Yep, Legacy. I figured as much. You got Deathwing Dragonlord. That's good. That's really good. That's really good when you're playing a all-dragon deck. It's really good. I like it. Mecha'thun, that's that card. If you have no cards in your deck, hand and battlefield destroy the enemy hero. People still play Mecha'thun. Again, the eyeballs. I like the whole Cthulhu thing with the eyeballs. Had to have it. Had to craft it. So I did. Here is the end. We have N'Zoth the Corruptor. People still play this. Totally still play this. Just gives you that fresh board again, full of taunts and nastiness. Had to do that. Raid boss on Onyxia. Dragon. All about the dragons. You gotta have Yogg Saron. Hope's End. You gotta have the golden Yogg. Like, I crafted this the moment at Whispers of the Old Gods came out. It's like, oh yeah, I gotta have it. Gotta have it. And we're sitting on 17,225 dust, so we will definitely be crafting, what's that, basically like five or six golden legendaries. So it should be good day one. Here's the other Yogg. Master of Fate. Yogg, take the wheel. I love it. I love it. Kind of a reference to Jesus Take the Wheel song. It's pretty good. The puns in Hearthstone are pretty good, I must say. And then we got Yasiraj Rage Unbound. Great card. I play this in my Astral deck. It's that good. It's that good. It's that good. So that is Whispers of the Old Gods. So that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos along the way of the Golden Legendary Collection. I love it. I'm super huge into Hearthstone. Well over 3,000 golden cards. 300 of those being the Legends. 300 plus. And hopefully we'll continue to grow that here on Tuesday. Definitely going to craft some cards, have some fun on Tuesday, so we'll see how that turns out. If I build something cool and neat, I will definitely post a video, and we'll go from there. So good luck out there as always. We'll see you next time.